Hello and welcome to my channel, The Great Deli Library, where we love to talk about books. My name is Floss and I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. Before we get started, make sure to give this channel a subscribe and this video a thumbs up. Now on to the books. I've just completed my 10th book of the Read What You Own challenge. I set a goal for myself, 50 books, and I'm doing pretty good. I did give myself a little permission to go and buy books during the Barnes & Noble's hardcover 50% off sale, but I am shocked at myself. I did not go to it. I did not purchase any books. So I have been true to my word. I did say that I was going to buy some books from the Book of the Month Club, but I was going to donate those to the Janet Weiss Children's Hospital, and I did just that. And I did put my subscription on hold until I complete this challenge. So I'm doing pretty good. Book 10 of 50. Book 10 looks a little like this, Death Valley by Melissa Broder. Now, I have not heard anybody say anything bad about this book, but I have heard them say bad things about Melissa's writing style. I think she might be a little too aggressive, perverse, straightforward, unencumbered, not shy, that kind of thing. And I think it puts certain people off a little bit. And that's okay if this is not your thing. This is my very first Melissa Broder read, and my opinion is I will be seeking out her other novels. I like her writing style. I found her to be funny at times, and she's very descriptive. She's very good with the written word. I was her in this journey. I could picture every single stinking thing that she described, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful talent, a wonderful skill to possess, to actually bring your reader into that story and have it play out right before their very eyes as if they were experiencing it for themselves. I think that is just a fantastic quality in a book. This book oozes that quality. It is throughout and throughout, from beginning to end. When I first started reading this book, I immediately vibed with it. I was liking what I was reading, experiencing. As the book went on, it didn't get any more dull for me. It still held that vibrancy. And I was anticipating what the outcome of this book was going to be. It did not end the way that I would have wanted it to. I feel that it ended in a typical way. But I was expecting, I don't know, fireworks or something. Alas, that was not to be. But it is a phenomenal book. I really, really recommend this. Highly, I should say, highly recommend it. Not really, really. I will never look at a cactus the same way again. I will tell you that. Never. There is a series of events that follow after she has ingested a cactus for nourishment / hydration. I probably could have did without that, but you know what? Like I said, no holds bar with Melissa. So here's how the book goes. This is a story that has no names. No characters in this book possess a name. It is told in the first person narrative, and it's very easy to follow along. We're not inundated with a whole slew of different characters. She keeps it pretty simple for us. We're talking about, or what we have here is the protagonist who is a novelist. She's trying to write her story. Meanwhile, life is happening and it's coming at her fast. Her father was in a car accident and now he is hospitalized. She's not seeing eye to eye with her mother in the care of her father. Her husband is suffering from a disease that seems to be progressing, and she just needs to get away. It's just too much, too much, too much, and she needs to get away. So she heads out west to the Best Western, and she gets herself a room there, and she becomes friendly with the She becomes friendly with the receptionists, and the receptionists do have names, Zip and Jethro. And our protagonist is not athletic and not outdoorsy, but she engages in a conversation, and they tell her about this trail in Death Valley that she should maybe hike. And one day she finds herself leaving her hotel room and setting out to go on this hike, and she doesn't know why, but this is where, this is where her brain is leading her. So she sets out to take this hike. While in the desert, she encounters this huge cactus, whereupon she can enter it and sit there and take in the views and the visions that are before her. She's seeing visions like her father when he was younger, her father when he was a teenager, her father when he was old, her husband back in the day when he was quite the looker. So she's encountering different stages of these two dominant men in her life. I should say prominent men in her life. When she decides that she's had enough of a reprieve and she's going to head back home, one last time she's going to stop at the desert, Death Valley Desert, and she is going to go on another hike. This time she's able to go a little bit further. Now, with this move, she becomes totally lost. She falls down a mountain, spraining her ankle. She depletes herself of water. She is no longer able to eat the minuscule amounts of food that she carries. Her cell phone completely dead. No one knows where she is. How is she going to get out of this one? Can you imagine being in the desert by yourself, no cell phone, no water, no nourishment? She encounters iguanas, lizards, snakes, bunny rabbits, and some of them are close encounters of the yikes kind. Do I think you should read this book? Yes, read this book. I am definitely going to be reading more of Melissa's works, as I was highly entertained by her writing style. So, am I going to give this book a 4-star? No, I'm going to give it a 5-star. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, stay tuned for a future video way in the future, and that is The Boys by Ron Howard and Clint Howard. Clint Howard is his brother. And I've had this book since October. Did I see that right? Yeah, October 26th of 2021. So I've had it for a while. Boy, time does go fast. It seems like I just bought this book. Oh my goodness. But what made me pull this book off the shelf is we have been experiencing spring-like weather where I am from. And I know it won't last, but I have spring in my heart. And, you know, this just seems like a good book to read during the spring-like months and spring-like temperatures. And also because when I was at the grocer, at the checkout, as I was walking past, I saw this, Happy Days. And my sister, who is staying with me due to a house fire, has, you know, taken to sitting in the parlor on her downtime and watching reruns of Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley, and I am not hating it. I'm not a TV watcher, but boy, I'll stop for those shows. So yesterday was the first time that I actually caught a little bit of it. Loved the Fonz and the other characters, but I really love Fonzie. So while watching part of it, you know, it made my soul happy. I can't help but smile when I see Happy Days. It's a part of me, a big part of me. So when I saw this at the grocer, I absolutely had to have it. Had to have it. I read Henry Winkler's book not too long ago, and you know, how nice. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. That ended up being the book that I loved the most. I have chills right now. That's how much I love this man. But anyway, so I saw this book, this magazine, and I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just, you know, later on tonight, before I go to bed, get a little of this magazine in. And I thought, you know what, let's keep with the theme. Happy Days on the television, Happy Days in the magazine, Happy Days in my heart and mind. Let's read about Ron Howard. So that's what I'm going to do. Stay tuned for a future video review on that book. Until my next video, you know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The last page of the book. And now we will part ways, but before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Until my next video, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your dreams come true.